Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about anxiety medication. And this is an article, I'll put a link to it in the description for the video. And it says, as more Americans embrace anxiety treatment, RFK Jr. derides medications. The proportion of American adults who took anxiety medications jumped from 11.7% in 2019 to 14.3% in 2024, with most of the increase occurring during the COVID pandemic, according to a survey from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. That's 8 million more people, bringing the total roughly to 38 million people, with sharp increases among young adults, people with a college degree, and adults who identify as LGBTQ+. You know, I think there's some interesting things here. I mean, number one, I agree with the whole pandemic thing. In fact, two things really caused, for us, a big shift, right? That really got the, mental health train moving in a strong direction. One was COVID, when people couldn't get access to good services, or people that had never had a problem before were having a problem. People's medications stopped working. So they reached out to, Florida's mental health system and then got sucked into it and couldn't get out. And the legalization of marijuana. That's caused all kinds of problems. And it's not just here in Florida, it's other states too. And I've put out quite a bit of content about that and taken a bit of flack for it, which is fine. And now some of the states are realizing that all the money they're making from the sale of marijuana, they're having to put back into providing mental health services for all the people that are developing mental health, issues. So, I thought this was an interesting article to share with you. It says that even as psychiatric medications gain public acceptance and become easier to access through telehealth appointments, the rise of a class of antidepressants called selective serotonin something inhibitors. They give these things such names that I can't pronounce them. And anyway, SSRIs, how's that? And it's triggered a backlash from some folks. So here we go. They're talking about, I guess, this gentleman from the Food and Drug Administration, the commissioner. He's concerned that SSRIs, could affect a fetus, with a pregnant woman. Apparently, common side effects include upset stomach, brain fog, and fatigue. Some of them can reduce libido, and if that doesn't make you depressed, I don't know what will. In any event, the point is that we are using antidepressants more than ever before. And they're saying, some of this is caused by poor diet, lack of exercise. I also think, just from seeing this in my own family with my 5 nieces who seem to be incessantly tied to their phone, there's all these, this external pressure that's coming in from social media, and everybody feels they're not good enough and all of this stuff. So I'll put a link to this article. I'd be interested to hear what you think. Do you know people that are using antidepressants that maybe in the past were not? Do you know people that maybe rather than taking a medication should be seeking clinical help? And again, this goes back to the idea of, we should be making, mental health and, behavioral health services available to everybody. And again, I don't want to, get back on that bandwagon, but not everybody has access to really quality treatment. And maybe if they did, they wouldn't be turning to medication. Something to consider. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree with me. And if you have any, if you've seen issues that are going on in your family, perhaps I have not made a video about something that's happening in your family. Post. I'll make you a video, because if it's affecting your family, good chance it's affecting somebody else's. And I want to make sure that you get the information that you need. And then based on that, you can decide if you want to give us a call, and we can talk to you about what options may or may not be available to you. Legal and non-legal, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe there's another option other than going to court. Maybe we could do a bit of both. Again, there's a lot of options we can talk to you about, but really it requires you to pick up the phone and have a conversation with the wonderful people who run our intake team. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want more of this content, which I put out every day so you can get the information you need, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.